Welcome back, guys. Now we are going to understand why API testing is important. So now I am navigate to the Facebook application. Here I want to validate login functionality. Right. In UI, the functional testing, we used to do the entire user credential, right, and validate the login functionality. Right. As I said before, here totally three layers. Right. One is UI layer, one is middle layer, and the database layer. Let us assume that. So let's say the database layer is completed. I mean the development is done. API middle tier layer also done. Designed everything and completed. If a UI is not designed, this UI is not designed, you can still perform the login testing. Right. You can test the login functionality with the help of API layer. So APIs are available in the form of XML and JSON file format. I'll show you that file format. So this is what your XML and JSON file format. So what happens if I talk about one of the scenario where we may need to test the Facebook login functionality, right? So here with the multiple user, maybe 100 users. So if I use an automation tool like Selenium for entering 100 username and password, right, for validating, I may keep all these data details in my Excel sheet. So and then one by one reading the data from Excel for each username and password, and browser will be launched, the username and password will be entered, and click on the login button, and then it will going to quit the application. So the same process will going to happen for 100 times, right? Because we are using 100 users. So this will happen in a UI part. Same way, we have a login API is available. That is one of the components. We have a login API, which is in the form of XML only, right? So which is in the form of XML. So if I pass on the same 100 users, right, which I have in a Excel sheet, right? So the same data, I can store it in a XML file now for validating the login API. There will be no browser that will going to show up on runtime, right? You are not going to see any username and password to be entered, or in the browser is launching or browser is quitting, right? So we are not going to see anything. So if I have 100 users, you can assume that 100 times the browser will going to launch, and this details will going to enter over here in a browser, right? And the browser is going to close. So it will going to take a huge time. But if you are if you are testing that API path, then this time, the launching the browser and, entering the username and password is quitting the browser and performing the actions will be saved. This is one thing, right? And that is the reason we are going for the API testing. And if we have already tested with the functionality, right, login functionality with the API, when you are testing the UI, so the once the UI is designed, then you have to do the same testing. Then you are not going to face any major issue, functionality issue. You are going to face very minor issues. Issues could be like formatting related issue or cosmetic related issue, not a functionality issue, right? When you are performing the testing on a UI part, right? So that is where in organizations they want that till the time the UI is ready, you should perform the testing on the API. Right? So that if there is no issue in API, then we are good to go with the functionality. Right? Not only that, there are many other areas where we actually perform API testing. If you take Amazon payment gateway, right? If you go to Amazon application, here there are a lot of APIs are there. Even if you go to payment also, payment gateway is one of the API, which is provided by the service company to client. So the service company has to test the payment API as well, right? Whether the payment is working fine or not, right? So same way if you go to online travel, this website, right? So here also lot of APIs provided by the company, airline company only. Here this service company has to test the API, right? Whether it is working correct or not. So whether actual data is coming to the this is makemetrip.com or not, right? So this is where API testing is coming into the picture, right? I hope this is clear. Please add your comments, or if you are having any question in the comment box, I will give you I'll clarify all your questions. So next we will install the Postman and we'll explore that, right? I hope this is clear. Thank you.